Hey everybody, I'm Daniel J. Moore. The two questions I'm going to answer for today are, what is the most overlooked cause of chronic back pain? And number two, is there a way to heal chronic back pain? So the first question, the most overlooked area regarding the cause of chronic back pain is the stomach. Most people talk about body mechanics. They talk about maybe a back injury that they might have sustained, maybe posture. And while all of those are valid variables within your causal equation for back pain, the most overlooked area is what's happening in your stomach. I was on an herb walk in Hawaii one time, and a woman had approached my teacher and she said, "What do you do for a bulging disc?" And my teacher had responded to her by saying, "This is the thing that I want my students to understand." He said, "It's not just what you do with your body mechanics and how you lift something that causes back pain." He said, "Just by standing right here, I can smell the acid on your breath." And so the point he was trying to make to this person, and the point I'd like to point out to all of you, is the fact that what's going on in your viscera and in your internal organs has a lot to do with what happens in your back. Your back is an incredibly strong structure. However, when the tissues that sit adjacent or right in front of your spine become inflamed for any reason, that inflammation can impact the tissues of the back, specifically the low back. If you're a person who experiences irritable bowel, maybe some sort of spastic colon, some sort of abdominal discomfort on a regular basis, typically the people that I see in my own practice, most of the people that have chronic back pain have something going on in their stomach also. If they don't have something going on in their stomach, symptom-wise, like where they can actually identify, oh yeah, I do feel abdominal pain on a regular basis, we do seem to see that these people have hypersensitivity and a lot of emotional distress on a regular basis. So, while there's a lot more I could say about the stomach and its connection to back pain, first and foremost, I want to encourage you today and let you know that there are ways for you to heal your back. And it actually goes beyond anything that you can do in physical therapy or the gym or any medication that you might take. And it's connected to a skill or a behavior that we have to do every minute in order to stay alive, and it's called breathing. So what you're going to do is, while you're sitting there watching this video, first things first, you may want to get yourself into an upright posture so that your spine can get into a neutral position. After you get into a neutral position, as long as you're not carrying a load, what I'd like to ask that you do is let go of all the tension in your abdomen. Imagine letting your belly just drop to the floor. And when you do that, what happens is you let go of all those tissues and all those muscles that connect to the spine. If your spine's already in an erect, aligned position, and you're not carrying a load, nor are you being chased by a bear, there's no reason for you to have any other tension in your abdomen. So while there's validity in knowing how to contract the transverse abdominis, or the muscles that support your lower spine, it's also important for you to know how to let it go. And so let your belly go all the way down to the floor. Then, if you will, imagine a hot air balloon upside down in your abdomen. And every time you breathe in, while you're letting go of all the tension in your abdomen, imagine breathing into the lowest part of your abdomen. We also call that the pelvic bowl. And as you continue to practice that, what you're going to do is you're going to increase circulation, which is your body's way to take care of itself and heal itself. And it's also its way of managing inflammation. One of my Hawaiian teachers, Dr. Dane Kauheilani Silva, had taught me at one point. He said, when you breathe diaphragmatically, you facilitate a state in your body known as alkalosis, where your body becomes more alkaline. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try this breathing strategy together. And while we breathe, we're going to exhale really, really slow, like we're blowing through a straw. And we're going to emphasize letting go of all the tension in your abdomen. Back pain comes from the stomach. And even if you have an issue where maybe you were in a car accident, maybe you have scoliosis, maybe you have some other variables in your causal equation for back pain, rest assured what's going on in your stomach has a lot to do with it. And because back pain is the second most common reason why a person will miss work, it's in your best interest to know exactly how to deal with it, not just after it happens, but hopefully before it happens, so that it doesn't happen at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a diaphragmatic breathing. We'll do 3 sets of 4, 7, 8 breathing. So we'll breathe in for 4 seconds, we're going to hold it for 7, and then we're going to exhale for 8. And all the while, you're going to focus on making sure your spine is in a aligned position. And the way I usually do that is just imagining a hook underneath the base of your skull, pulling you towards the ceiling so that your spine is as long as it possibly can. And after you've done that, then you're going to let go of all the tension in your abdomen and focus on the sensations of breathing all the way down into the bottom of your abdomen. Okay, so here we go. So you're going to let go of all the tension, align your spine. Let's breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. And last time, breathe in. Hold. Exhale. A lot of people think that they have to suffer with back pain for the rest of their life. I hear a lot of people tell me, oh, well, I have a herniated disc or I have a bulging disc. The good news is you don't have to be in pain. Most of the people that have chronic back pain may very well have a herniated or bulging disc, but the people that have symptoms are the people that are inflamed. The people that have a lot of inflammation, not just in their spine, but also in the adjacent tissues, the tissues that are in your viscera and your internal organs. So all you need to do, well, maybe not all you need to do, but one powerful thing that you can do to help your body help itself is to cultivate a habit of letting go of the tension in your abdomen when you're not carrying a load and focus on breathing into the lowest part of your abdomen. A lot of success.